So my question is, why do people who have depression have difficulty getting through the day? If you don't already know, I am Ronald. You may call me Ron for short. Next slide, please. So can anybody here tell me what you think these images are? Billy.
Well, it looks like images of happiness, or like somebody like they want to be happy but they're not, like hiding behind it.
Okay. Sal.
I don't know. Seems confusing because there's both happiness and sadness.
Exactly. So, as you can see, one contrasts the other. So, next slide, please. So, some facts of depression and its symptoms. So, depression is the feeling of severe dependency or dejection. For example, like if you feel alone, isolated, and just dark, depression will creep in, and you get the feeling. Serious. So also remember, depression needs to be medically diagnosed. So by a doctor, nurse, psychotherapist. Also some symptoms are changes in appetite, for example, weight gain or loss, decreased energy level, such as fatigue, sleeping problems, insomnia, and thoughts of suicide. Next slide, please. So my personal story or experience is one time on Easter Sunday, I think this was like 2014, and I was in the kitchen with my brother and sister. My brother was like standing by the stove. I'm like by the doorway, almost about to walk out. I burp. He throws the weirdest hissy fit I've ever seen. Storms out of the room, and then goes and tells my mother. What happens next? The eruption of a large fight between me and my mother. And as we battled that for about like almost 30 minutes or an hour, I was sent free. I went up to my room, and I was just in my room in the dark, crying, contemplating, should I kill myself, should I not, should I kill her? Like, death was just running wild through my mind. And as my uncle was in the next room over, I walked over into that room as my grandmother was out in Colombia. I asked him, hey, can I have a knife? And he replied, hey, what? What do you mean? What's that for? As he told me that, or as he asked me that, I had a bit of a muffled response, which was toughness. And to at least say that clearly, it was to off myself, because I was not in the right mind or place, because I was so filled with anger, rage, and sadness. So, after that, my uncle told my mother, that is not in here, but as I'm telling you this. My uncle ran and told my mother I had asked for a knife to kill myself. And my mom then took that as me being an idiot, and another argument erupted. Do not remember what happened after that argument, but all I know is just, I was not at all in the best of places for that day, which was hard for me to get through my day because of those arguments. Next slide, please. So some research that I have conducted from a psychotherapist that I've interviewed is depression is very debilitating and completely changes the way a person is able to perceive things, handle stress, find motivation to accomplish tasks, etc. When all these functions are hindered, it can be very difficult to get through. Okay. What those arguments really had hit me hard, I was not thinking as clear as I wanted to. I could not really tell my mom how I was feeling about this whole thing. I could not tell her the truth because the truth was not even in my brother's mouth. So, it was also stated from an educational psychologist that I interviewed. It's very hard for people with depression to get through their day because these individuals often suffer from sadness, anxiety, fatigue, low motivation, and aversion to various social settings and other symptoms. Depression manifests in different levels of severity and can rise for a number of different factors. For me, this situation, I am completely and filled with anxiety, but somehow I'm making it through this without actually flinching. I had no motivation coming to this. Also stated from an article that I had researched, depression is a mood state that can significantly impact an individual's entire life. Major depression is a condition that goes far beyond feeling sad or upset. Depression, notably, untreated depression is a major risk for suicide due to the deep despair and hopelessness of what it causes. So, stop me, please. Thank you. My solution. How do we adjust the routine that depressed people do to ease their pain throughout the day? We can adjust the daily routine that depressed people have by encouraging them to get active, like exercise, volunteering, dieting, getting them to go outside, let the sunlight hit their face, gain some vitamin D, so just basically go outside, get active. Getting them to see a therapist to talk about their problems so that the therapist can help them mold to create a daily relaxation practice that can help them relieve symptoms of depression, and hopefully they don't have depression, but it's not the case. At least that is. But so, in last thought, which it will reduce stress and boost feelings of joy, and well-being, so one can get through their day. Also, depressed people have family and friends also, such as yourselves. If you know someone with depression, help them, get them going to be ready for life without it. And just by listening to them, talking to them, taking them places, making them feel good about themselves so they're not as depressed at the end of the day. Thank you. That is all.